Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As I was about to title today's video, here to show the ultimate rebounding tutorial in NBA 2K24. So, in today's video, I'm going to have all types of tips from O boards, D boards, to boxing out, to getting into the position for the rebounding in general, or just how you want to maneuver off pick and roll game, when to jump for boards, when to not jump for boards, when to try and chase them down with your left stick. All things related to rebounding in today's game, not to mention potentially the trajectory of the shots being influenced by the timing. So, I hope y'all enjoy. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff. And like always, let's try and get this one to 2,000 likes. So, what I will say as far as the whole trajectory being influenced by the timing, obviously, it doesn't freaking matter because it's not going to pop up until after the shot's already done. Like right here, you can see it doesn't even tell me what he shot until it hits the rim. So, it doesn't really matter in that regard, but generally, slightly earlies will hit the back of the rim, slightly lates will hit the front of the rim. It doesn't happen all the time, but it is the more general type of way that it's going to do. Now, let's go back to the beginning of this clip montage real quick, and I'm going to talk about a lot of things that I want to detail. So, main thing of concern being too, you want to be ready for a lot of shots to go up. Obviously, that's how it's always going to be. Like, if I were to assume that this is a terrible shot, because that's just what I think it is, then generally I wouldn't get to this rebound. But you have to treat every shot as if it's possible that they're going to be putting it up, and you want to take your first step to always pursuing that box out. So right here you can see my main point of interest is obviously going to be their center. It's the only point of interest for that matter. Now, depending on if a team runs multiple very good rebounders, and maybe this guy could potentially be like another good rebound crasher, I guess it depends, because generally in fives, we're putting our 4 right here, aka Tonic. He's our next biggest guy on their next biggest guy, so this is their power forward shooting it, whereas this is their lockdown. Generally, the lockdowns don't have crazy offensive rebound. Now, what can become a problem is if this guy does have around 83-ish offensive rebound, he can crash O boards, and this guy does, and it was maybe a shot by one of the wings rather than one of the corners. So, what could happen is it goes triple crash, and then you have to really just cover your ground and depend on your teammates to cover their ground. Or if they didn't box out, you got to just play the field. You got to play everything. Now, this one right here, I got to show you real quick the box out, so you can see how quick my first step is toward playing for that box out. You can see right now, my prerogative is to get as quickly into his way as possible. You don't want to just move toward the basket and expect you're going to box him out when you just end up with your feet right here. You want to move toward him ASAP. So as you can see, I really moved to the left to cut him off rather than moving forward as much. Now, you have to know trajectories and positioning quite a bit as well. So if I were to only just move square to the left right here, I'm probably not going to cut him off because he's already moving before I am. So it's a lot of assumption and like understanding the trajectories and angles and stuff like that. And as you can see, I moved square into the perfect spot for that box out, grab the rebound, simple as that, out on the break to A-Dot right there. Or it might have been Bonnie. Either way, doesn't matter. So this one right here, I also want to talk about positioning in terms of like if you happen to be able to dribble the ball a little bit and you see someone wide open, you're able to maybe maneuver your way into good positioning for the O board. So like right here, this is on 3 people. So as you can see, my main concern is a quick early box out where I can establish positioning on just like all 3 of them. So like ideally I would have wanted to box out the biggest guy possible, but then if I were to go square over here to the right, it would allow a free access to the left for one of these guys to cover for. So I'm just trying to establish my like big body in as much area as possible. And in this case, when you're trying to go 1-on-3 against the gang rebounds, you want to make sure that you're like, again, in that area I was just telling you not to be for those kind of 3-on-3 rebounds. So with this one, again, I'm trying to tell you guys, I think it's very smart to just put yourself square below the basket. You want to cover as much ground as possible. As you can see, like if the ball would have bounced like right here, backwards, or even to the right here, I covered as much ground as possible, and I just happened to get a really good timing on the jump. Now, to be fair, your timing is extremely important too. So I guess if I were to play out and tell you guys when I'm hitting Y for this rebound, let me go ahead and just in real time tell you when I'd be clicking the Y button. It'd probably be like right here. So before the ball hits the rim, but like technically as soon as it's about to. So like you don't want to see it hit rim then hit Y. You kind of want to just get an anticipatory jump a little bit on it, and you will get an earlier jump, as you can see, than all 3 of these people right here, because they probably just waited for it to hit the rim and then hit Y. So that's how we got that one right there. And then as you can see, I'm still playing positioning even if I think my teammate is a knockdown shooter, which Tonic is, but as you can see right here, he misses another one off this. And right here, you can see I'm playing for that box out on the big man. Now, let me pan over real quick after this clip's over to my controller settings, and I want to show you guys why I believe box out assist strength on 0 is just the major key. And I guess, you know, we don't have to spend too much time on it, but let's just show you what my controller settings look like. Alright, so coming over to controller settings, I haven't changed a lot of stuff in this, but what I will say is a major key is I turn my defensive assist and my box out assist strength to 0, and I think that's huge. Now, in terms of what else can maybe help you, as far as like what, you know, maybe placebos of what I have versus what you don't have, I have Justice Winslow as my motion style. If you're someone who's below 6'9", though, you can go ahead and run this Kawhi Leonard. It's what I run on the wings, and if you're, you know, 6'10" and above, Justice Winslow, really good to me, personally. Also, if you guys didn't know, I'm pairing up with the NBA 2K Lab this year, so you can use code LAKER for 20% off at checkout at their website. That's NBA2KLab.com. On this website is all types of really good statistical jump shot information. You can also test the jumpers on their website too. Plug the controller straight into your phone or to your PC. You can get early, green, late. It'll tell you where you need to adjust on that jump shot. Or if you don't know what jumper you want to run, you just go to their jump shot recommender. You punch in your height, the jump shot rating that you're working with, and then based on the milliseconds of timing that you get, it'll recommend you a jump shot. So again, if you want to use code LAKER for 20% off at checkout, that's NBA2KLab.com. Appreciate you guys, and we'll get back to the video. Also, as far as my stats go, like I've only in 5v5 Pro-Am used my 7-footer, and as you see, we're 45-5 on that. Shout out to Joe with the 27 points per game and Neff with 30. That's crazy. But anyway, I'm averaging almost 17 rebounds a game through about 50 games of Pro-Am, or 50 on the dot. So whether that's for matchups, because we've played matchups in Pro-Am and we've played in like just ranked 5v5, that's a lot of freaking rebounds, man. And as you can see, the shot blocking as well. And if you want to check out the chase down video, we're gonna be doing that pretty soon as well, how to get more chase down blocks. But anyway, back to the clips. Also, while this clip is pretty much technically over, I just want to showcase to you guys like how we get this O board, and now I'm playing the box out once again. But right here, he ends up getting positioning on me on this box. So we're hitting a little bit of a worm technically. So because he has the box out on me, I'm moving my left stick right here. I'm moving it down. Now, generally, you're going to want to move it sideways, but in this situation, it's a different angle, and obviously it's all based on the camera relative. It's not always going to be like, I'm not flicking left to move downward, obviously, right? It's just moving. So I'm moving my left stick in the direction that I want to be moving, and as you can see, we technically wormed this little guy out the way, but unfortunately, you know, I would personally be preferring to go for the box out on the big man, but he moves away from me. So that kind of turns us into more of a 50-50 rebound in this case. So because he split the distance between me and him, between the basket, it's more of like a, if it bounces left, it's his. If it bounces right, it's mine. So that's him, you know, as a player, whether he knows it or not, sacrificing that entirely. But it's something that I'd be okay with in that moment, because I obviously wouldn't have had great positioning in the first place anyway. So now here we are with the offensive rebound. So again, I am an inside center on this build. So in terms of like what you're gonna have to deal with this, like as you can see, Joey's got the post up right here, but I see he gets this drop step instead of a post hop like he would have intended to get. So now I'm freaking out in this moment. I'm like, okay, here comes the 3-second, but I see a really big dot. So as you can see, I'm on my way out, but now I'm like, okay, well, shot's up, so it's point to stay in at this point. Now, right here, I don't get a box out on the big man. So what I am intending to do in this moment, I don't want the box out on this little guy. I don't care about boxing him out. It's useless in my mind. It's like literally 0 point in doing it. So I'm moving my stick still toward the big man right here. I want to cut the distance between me and that big, and whether I can get a box out on him or not, that's my intention. But even if I don't, I'm still covering more ground than him. That's what I want to be doing. I want to cut into his space and, you know, like take his away, and it gives me more space to mine, essentially. So that's really what I'm getting at right there. Now right here, you can see I sneaky pop the slash take, get the standing dunk meter. You'll see a lot of standing dunk meter clips in this one. Now, in this situation, you can see we have a 2-on-1 in terms of like the big guy rebound. So we got my boy Penny right here. I'm in corner. He plays on Joe's team. And right here, he's covering the ground on the left, in my opinion. So I see that not only are there a ton of people on the left side, and I have a teammate to the left of me, but I might as well just go for the rebound to the right, because that's where I intend to go to. And as you can see, Penny does really good at covering his ground and making sure that he's cutting into that left side space. So I go for the board to the right. It just so happens to go there. But again, you may as well, in this situation, cover for where your boy is not. Simple as that. So I'm going right. I get it. Little dump off pass over to the corner. And unfortunately, don't get that one to go. But now let's show the offensive rebound off of that. So again, this whole time, once I see that this pass is open, my eyes are no longer here. My eyes are right here where the opponents are. So I'm covering some distance. I'm playing the box out. And again, in this situation, I can see there's gonna be a lot of people attacking. So I want to get below the basket and really cover as much ground as possible. Penny is not a high offensive rebound type build. It's gonna be around like 70s and stuff like that. So obviously, I'm not depending on him to cover for like a crazy amount of rebound right here. If you were to, as a team, want to attack rebounds more properly though, I think Penny would be smart to cover for this left side rebound as much as possible, and I would be smart to box out on the right really heavy. But as you can see, I took a bad step to the left, so bad motion for me right there. But either way, it really still secures the rebound. Boom, we're looking like Shaq out here, bro, with the O-board and the putback dunk. I mean, it's insane, bro. I'm having a lot of fun playing on inside center in this game, and it's mostly due to rebounding and obviously the standing dunk meter as well. And not to mention, just, you know, it just so happens to be what I do for a long time. I've done this screen setting stuff for years and years and years. So anyway, into the next clip. Once again, we're just trying to seal that box out as quickly as possible. I got Mamba takeover right here, so I'm able to see the defensive, and I got, as you can see, like everything on the takeover. So it's physical and it's defense. It's like all the stuff. So obviously, once I see this, now this is a whole different story because we're talking about defensive rebound, like takeover, where you can see where the ball is going to go. And I gotta say, it's so good in this game because the ball is not really super out of his hand. Like, I think this is better than single see the future in years past, personally. Like, this ball being shown where it's at right now, as the ball is like at its apex, is pretty convenient in my opinion. So once we seal that box out in really hard, yet I see the ball is going to be bouncing pretty far, I'm moving my stick instantly backwards, and now I'm tapping that Y button, obviously, because I can see that this opponent is going to cut into that space really quickly. So if he went for that jump, I need to get there before he does. But obviously, at this point, I'm not worried about this guy at all. Like, if I see the boards going here, he's completely out of his place. And now, the only thing between me and the ball is this little guy, and I just have to make sure I get it before him. So we get that jump right there, real nice. Really small standing dunk meter, and we get that to go. I'm telling you, a lot of these clips are just pure fun. Now right here, I unfortunately get clipped by my own teammate. So this really like ruined my pursuit to it, because as you can see, my intention here is to move around this player because I see a shot is going up. So I'm trying to cut down to the basket as quickly as possible just to establish positioning. But right here, I get there really, really late, so I can't seal a box out or anything. And now I'm just going to, again, cover as much space as possible. Now, if you guys have not watched the video of my things nobody wants to know on defense, in my personal belief, I believe holding your Y button or holding your triangle button makes you jump higher on shot blocks and on rebounds. That's my personal belief. I've believed it for years and years and years, and I believe it's helped me be an elite rebounder for years and years and years as well. So right here, I'm holding Y button. Again, the major key right here was to cut into this positioning on the big guy. So once I get into better position than their big guy, I'm not worried about this rebound anymore. They don't have double bigs. This is not a big deal. I'm going to be getting that rebound over this lock very, very consistently. So I get the rebound on 3 people and go up with the standing dunk meter on 3 and get that to go as well. Standing dunk meter is insane in this game, bro. We're going to be talking about that a lot in this video. So right here, we're here to talk about the worm. So this guy has good positioning on me off rip. Once I see even this right here, I pass the ball, I see a shot is very likely going up, and he is getting really good positioning on me. So now I'm just picking a side. What looks more open? Well, my player looks like it has an opening to the right versus the left. Me personally, I think you want to worm into where their chest area, but worm into their chest area rather than their backside area. It sounds so bad, but again, that's my personal belief. I don't think you want to worm around people to where they already have their back on you. You want to try and get in front of them off that. So right there, I worm him to the right. Even though the ball goes to the left, I get perfect positioning off it, just off the fact that it's like purely all mine at that point. And boom, we get that to go off the O-board, get the standing dunk. So obviously, we have some more clips to show you guys, but I hope you enjoyed the video so far. And if you have, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new to the noties, all good stuff. Like always, try to win 2,000 likes. And if you made it to this point in the video so far, put rebound or put REB, like Reb, in the comments. So sports midway through. Now, I will say my field goal percentage is not looking good in this clip right here, but 11 rebounds. Now, in this one, I wanted to detail more like movement into the offensive rebound off a pick and roll. So this is what I want to talk about speed for. So if you guys have made your build or not already, I want to either attest to the fact that you can utilize your speed really well, or if you have a 7-2, 7-1 type build that's maybe struggling in the speed and you were thinking about maybe reconsidering a new build, speed is very important for offensive rebounding if you're a pick and roll big man. So reason I'm saying that is, as you can see, the shot goes up from him, and now whoever gets down here first is the one to secure positioning. So if this defender was playing lower, I'd have to really use my speed to maybe get around him and then like get back into that spot. That's how I always approach every offensive rebound. Is you want to sprint as far into the paint as possible, get as deep as possible, then you can cover for what the area you just lost and overcome that by moving backwards with your LT held. So right here, I'm doing exactly that. I'm moving into the deepest position that I want, and then right here, I'm holding my LT and moving backwards into my opponent that I don't want to get the rebound the most. So like, again, in this situation, this guy's not a big concern, this guy is. So I'm watching their biggest guy, I'm staying in between me and him. Unfortunately, that doesn't give me great box out positioning, but most times when it comes to offensive rebounding, if they don't have double bigs, that's more what you're shooting for. Now right here, once again, like I told you guys, you want to worm into the area where you can get to their front side. So right here, he has me boxed out, but I want to move my left stick downward. It's like literally on some Madden user pass rush stuff, if you guys have played that, where you want to move that left stick into the open area. You'll get that worm, you'll disengage off him, and now I'm covering for more ground than he is. My whole prerogative here is the fact that if I worm right here and seal that box out, I have access to it every which way it goes. If it goes left, I still have inside position on him. If I jump before he does, I'll get it to it before he does. Simple as that. If it went right, it's all mine. So that was free right there. Super easy. By the way, this is when we're playing with the 5 bigs lineup in Grinding's video. But anyway, like right here, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking pretty rough for me. Like I anticipated that he might shoot this on the post top. I figured he definitely would. And now right here, I'm in danger. I'm like, oh my God. I might really want to get to that right there to reset my 3 seconds. So again, maneuvering to your left stick and knowing how to just tap your feet right here and get straight back in is really important when it comes to that. But either way, as you can see, I was trying to get out, but I'm like, okay, well, here we are. So that one's a lucky one, and then I go straight into standing dunk meter again. So again, very lucky clip right there. I should have got a 3-second violation most likely, but anyway, it is what it is. Into the next clip. Once again, I just want to talk about sealing out box out. So right here, shot goes up. I want to cover for that ground on the big man. So I'm not trying to box out that lock. I'm just watching the big. I'm covering for more ground than he is. Simple as that. Easy D-board, right? So this one is a crazy clip. Now, this is me on my 6'8" with only 83 offensive rebound. Look at this. So I see Bonnie puts the shot up, and now this guy has pure positioning on this. Now, what he would be smart to do right now is to cover for the left really hard. Like if I were in this position as him, I'm holding my LT and moving my stuff to the left. Easy, simple as that, because he's got his boy covering to the right. Tonic's not crashing the offensive rebound at all. So again, this is the skill gap in rebounding that people don't really acknowledge very often. He's sitting directly below the basket. That is not what you want to do, my boy, because I got that 86 vert, 83 offensive rebound, and I'm flying into the open space that I can see because you did not box me out to the left. So right here, the board happens to bounce pretty decently long, and again, I'm just the first to it with the jump, and I'm holding my Y button, and he probably isn't. So it's all types of stuff that this guy could definitely use these tips in this video personally, where again, if you want to cover for just securing the rebound, you want to make sure you box me out as soon as possible, and your boy right here can get it on the right super easy. So that's a 2-on-1 rebound right there, in my opinion. You're only covering for just me, so your boy can get the one to the right for free. You want to cover for just me, but he didn't do that. I get the free board, grab it, put it in on the putback dunk, simple as that. So back into the 5s clips we have right here, back to me on my 7-footer. We're gonna be looking at just an open rebound attack right here. So terrible shot. I can't believe you even shot this, to be real with you. Like, so these are the surprise shots that I'll call it, where I have no anticipation that this is going to be a shot that's getting taken. So I am just like in no man's land as far as the positioning for the rebound. So now I'm just seeing Tonics on my right, and I'm just going to cover for the left. It's as simple as that. I'm attacking the only open area that I can get. I don't want to challenge his area. I don't want to just attack to the middle and act like I'm going to be able to get this rebound, because that's not the case. So what I'm doing instead is I'm attacking into the open area and I'm moving to the left, and that just so happens to be where it went. But again, if it went right, it's very likely that it could have been Tonics. Now this is where, once again, just because I move my stick this way and I tap Y does not mean that I'm only committed to a rebound that's going this way. It's still me with the potential to get a hand in here for if the rebound directly went to him, and maybe I could snag it over him just if my, jump happened to be way better, or my rebound rating just happens to give it to me better than him. Simple as that. But again, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. I'm moving this way, but if the ball happened to bounce directly up right here, I'm still in play for that, and I'm splitting the difference between me and Tonic, making this a 2-on-1 rebound. So I'm able to get it. It goes over here. I'm flying to it, crazy with it. I gotta just pause that one right there. That's insane vert. I mean, that's insane, bro. 83 vert on the 7-footer. Crazy. I have 93 offensive rebound, 85 D-board, by the way, for anybody that's curious. And that gives me the Hall of Fame box out beast, the, goal rebound chaser, all that stuff. So, into the next clip, we got Tonic going crazy, coming off the pick and roll right there, and he's able to get to an open shot. Now, you can see this one's like a very read and react rebound, because I'm 1-on-3 in this, so I can't just stand still and get it. So I want to make sure I'm reading, reacting to whatever they give me in the moment. And this moment right here, he happens to just kind of move out the way, and it's terrible attack on the rebound from their whole team right there, if we're being completely honest. That's insane, but that's how you end up, down 65-31 in these moments right here. But anyway, again, this is just kind of read and react rebound right here. So I see an opening to the left, I go for it. It just so happens to be where it goes. I had teammates that were still in the area for the right side, even though they're like smaller players. So that's definitely what we're looking for off that. And again, crazy small meter right there. I mean, that's an insane standing dunk to be going for, bro. So don't get me wrong, I understand not all you guys are super comp who are watching this video, but I truly do believe if you use these tips, you absolutely can be. So this is where I probably made this dot myself, like I probably passed this to him, right? And now as soon as I pass it, I'm moving inside to make sure I can go for like a solid positioning on the O board. Now, as you can see, once again, this is a 2-on-1 rebound. So this is where, like I told you guys, if you are going into it with uneven odds, you're the one that's the 1 versus 2. You don't really want to particularly box anybody out. You more so just want to cover for as much space as possible. So as you can see on this one, I don't do that. I'm not boxing one guy out, because if I box out on the right, I'm establishing, yes, I'll get the rebound if it goes right, but that means I have no chance at it if it goes left, because that's just all his now. So I'm sealing as much positioning as I can into the middle. You can see he attacks in the wrong way. He goes like down beneath the basket trying to seal me on a box out. He's not able to get it though. So it was useless in that regard. Again, personally, if I'm in this situation as a defensive rebounder, defensive rebounder, I'm attacking the right side and letting my boy cover for the left, and you're just gonna have to hope that you guys have a good chance at this. Again, that's what you get when you don't get good positioning for the box out. It's as simple as that. So again, I established the middle positioning, they double crash rebound. Obviously, always punish people for stuff like this, because it'll really humble them and make your rebounds easier throughout the course of the rest of the game. If you're going to come out here and double crash this, I grab it, and now my boy is just wide open in the corner. So easy one off that. And now on top of that, if Tonic misses, now this is where, and I remember this shot too, it's going to bounce along to the left. So unfortunately my logic wasn't perfect here, but I'm trying to establish inside positioning once again on whoever I can right here, because now I've attacked to really good positioning. And as much as I want to just sit directly below the basket, this is good enough. If you can sit directly below the basket and box one of the two guys out, I'll take it. It's going to be a really good outcome. So as long as, like, I mean, and obviously I would prefer to cover for more on the left right here, because obviously Bonnie is over here as well. But as you can see, I almost get it. It's barely out of the grasp, and we all go for the jump. Now I'm after it, hustling. This is a crazy clip, by the way. I'm gonna let this play out full speed, but we get that first offensive rebound. I kick back out to Tonic. I'm covering for a little bit more to the left, and as you can see, I was anticipating that I wanted to cover for the left, so we save it. He throws a lob to Tonic. Tonic cancels it and throws a lob to me. An insane clip right there overall. But anyway, into the next one. This is a little bit of a pro-am scene, so you can see we call it reverse triangle right here. So this is Bonnie playing his right, and as you can see, he's doing it really well. Like, he's playing his right really good. I'm here in the middle, and as soon as this slip right here goes down, I'm covering for the point guard. Bonnie would transition over the corner. Tonic is now playing paint. So now, me as an on-ball defender, I have to cover for my own ground back to the right, because Bonnie can only do so much to show over there. So I'm playing pretty well. As you can see, he actually does cover for it really good. And now, this is where I wanted to show this clip of me kind of dogging Tonic's box out game in a little bit of a way, but also show that I still got this rebound. So again, I'm not trying to diss Tonic too hard, but when this shot goes up, like, Tonic's biggest prerogative right now should be attack vertically to that free throw line. At this point, his rebound rating is not quite as good as mine, and he's the only one that can seal that inside positioning at this point. If AK wanted to try and do it as a point guard and go crazy and try and box out the big man, he could do that, but then he sacrifices all left side positioning. So right now, it's smart if he just stays over here to the left. If you're a point guard watching this just because you happen to be interested and maybe want to suggest to your center how to go about stuff, if you're a point guard, I would personally suggest to you stay on this left side, cover for your ground, cover your area. He does exactly that, because he's playing for the long rebound. But again, in my opinion, Tonic doesn't really react quickly right here. As you can see, he kind of just sits below the basket for the most part, and the big man didn't go for a box out on me either, but I can respect that from his perspective, because right here, this is exactly what I was just telling you guys. If you're the big who's playing a 2-on-1 situation, you kind of just want to attack as much ground as possible. So at the same time though, if he knew properly, Tonic doesn't have as good of defensive rebound or offensive rebound for that matter ratings as I do, and it's going to be a little bit harder for Tonic to grab this rebound than me. And as you can see, I just get more attack on the board than he does. Simple as that. But again, this clip was more just to show you, if you're in Tonic's position, absolutely try and just attack vertically and get that box out quicker if you can, because I am like very willing to, if that's the case, if Tonic like moved vertically like that, I'm ready to swoop into the right and just grab a free rebound for the most part. But right here, we kind of just snatch it out of his hands. A very lucky one, and honestly, like, not everybody's built perfect, because also in this clip is me throwing a complete Stevie to my point guard that could have got laned. Not to mention my point guard goes over the terrible layup that gets sent into next realm. And if only you guys could hear the audio on that, it was even worse. But anyway, terrible shot right there. And now, as you can see, we got our boy right here, Bonnie, stealing a crazy box out on the big man. This is big respect. If you come out here, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if he meant to really like do that entirely, but because I think he said he got bumped on his fast break attempt, which in a way was more so him actually getting a box out. I remember I laughed at this one really hard in the moment, because my boy is always on the break with it. But if you happen to do this on purpose, it's a very good thing to do, because as you can see right here, he's taking the big man out of the play, making him take way longer to get to this action. And if that's the case, me and Tonic don't even have to worry about him. And now me and Tonic can just split the difference. I play left, he plays right. Simple as that. And boom, there it is. Easy. Because the big couldn't even get into it. This guy can't rebound like that. This guy's trying to play transition D. He's not going to go for that rebound. There's no point for him to do it. So Bonnie gives us an easy 2-on-1 rebound, or 2-on-0 rebound for that matter. And boom, we can seal that really easy. So into the next clip. We have only a couple more, and this one's against the most comp team we played so far. So as you can see, we're down 32-24 in this one. Still got 8 rebounds, a little bit after the third though. Not really great numbers as far as what I would expect, but either way, nonetheless, I think we actually ended up still winning this game too. But anyway, besides that point, you can see right here, I'm kind of stepping for the middle, because in this situation, I'm thinking maybe it's a reverse triangle like I just showed you guys, where Bonnie rotated to the corner and Tonic would step to this like and drop to it. But instead, he goes for the crab. Now, again, I'm thinking in this moment, like, Tonic really could play for a box out on this guy if he wanted to, but in this situation, I have a really good position to it on the box out, so I think he actually instinctively plays this really well, where I play the box out, Tonic covers for the left side ground, and I'm covering more for the box out on the big and the right side. So even though Tonic comes from the right corner, and, you know, debatably he could be the box out on this, I think if I just covered for left side ground though, I wouldn't be doing my job quite as well. I think I, as the better rebounder, like rating wise, should definitely cover for the box out and then play for a big rebound over the big, whereas Tonic can just cover for open area a little bit more. But either way, we're able to snag that one down. Really big board. And now I believe we only have the rest of this clip to be played out, where he dots Tonic in the corner. And then this is where I want to talk about, once again, box out positioning. So I'm already moving down the court. As soon as I see that this opens up, I'm purely playing for the O board. So again, last clip that we have right here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. But Tonic ends up with a wide open shot. As you can see, positioning. I am moving inside, and it's because he's going to have good enough positioning to this. So my goal right here is to move as far downhill as possible before he can cut me off. So, and it's not even before he can cut me off. It's actually move as far downhill as possible before he even has the chance to cut me off. Because now, as you can see, I maneuver more to the side and get inside and underneath. And even if he would have missed that shot, I have free board at that point, all because I worked for the positioning really well, and I did everything I needed to do extremely quickly. So if I was any later to that, he just boxes me out. He gets easy box out. He's got his boy on the left to grab the rebound, and he's got, you know, like these two guys on the right to grab the board too. So even if Tonic misses this, I still get a rebound on like a 1-on-3 right here, where it could cover from the left, cover for the right. He's got the long rebound right here too, and I would have even still had it on the big. So really like a 1-on-4 rebound. I would have still had this very likely, because I secured perfect positioning off of, again, moving straight into that gap, cut him off, box him out. Zero box out assist strength. Everything in this video was fully with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all good stuff, and like always, try this one to 2,000 likes. I hope you guys really do appreciate videos like this too, because this is like, you know, pure just me going straight off the cuff. Like, I don't need any preparation for videos like this. I don't gotta, you know, other than prepping the clips, I know exactly what I'm talking about when I tell you guys everything in this clip, so I don't have to exactly, you know, prep things video wise. I actually, a little insight for you guys, I don't do like super crazy like write down notes or do any like super crazy amounts of like prepping and watching the clips back before I do videos or anything like that. A lot of these things I just have a pretty good like digital memory on just the experiences that we have played out. Like, again, I knew like this one was the one I pop slash take, boom, sneaky pop it. This one I obviously cover for the right, boom. Like, it's simple stuff like that, right? Like, I can read and react to it too, because I know exactly what I want to do. Like, this is me in my brain that I'm seeing relived on clips like this, obviously. So I don't have to, you know, guess what my brain was already expecting to do in all these moments, because it's a very robotic thing that I'm going to do. Like right here, I'm going to cover for the right and play for the worm because he has access to the left, and if I cut him off to the right, boom, we seal into a box out, and now, again, everything I've already told you. So anyway, that's all for video. I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff, and like always, try this one to 2,000 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put snag in the comments, show support some way through, and stay tuned for other videos like this. We've done the things nobody wants you to know on defense video. If you want to check that out, we obviously are still going to have the key to getting more chase down blocks in 2K24 as well. All types of videos that are very similar to this is what I plan to do and intend to do in this year's game. I might even try and do pick and roll tutorials as well, off like stuff like this, when to set screens, when to hold screens, when to get out, because like even right here, I'm getting him pinched. I got to get out of here because it's the only way he can get out, or maybe I play for the reset if he doesn't have a shot, stuff like that. So we'll have pick and roll tutorials, just all types of stuff. So I hope y'all enjoyed, and if you do, feel free to drop a like, all that good stuff. Other than that, take it easy, man. Peace.